Suncor is a major polluter in Adams County and has really affected the health of the community that lives around it. So it's clear that there's something going on in this particular community that is causing these high cancer incidences.
We're standing in the Elyria neighborhood in North Denver. A lot of times it's lumped into GES, Globeville, Elyria, Swansea. They're the three northernmost neighborhoods in Denver, and they happen to be some of the most environmentally burdened communities in all of Denver. My name's Brent Goodlett. I'm a climate and environmental justice advocate. I get to work at the Greenhouse Connection Center here in Elyria, North Denver. For folks that are familiar with the area, Suncor is just to our north, and they have a disproportionate pollution burden on the community, but they're not the only ones. There's actually been a concentration of industry placed in this area.
This is my deadly neighbor. This is what I call it, right? This is my deadly neighbor. I live here in Commerce City. I can literally walk to this entity. A lot of people know me that I've been fighting environmental justice for nearly a decade here myself for my kids and bringing justice to this community. I'm Lucy Molina, a community advocate and environmental justice warrior. We are impacted by not having the drinking water. Our air is contaminated, our land is contaminated. We're getting fracked in the north of Commerce City, and we have this entity here in the south of Commerce City that has been here for decades.
The focus of my work is really on understanding air pollution in cities around the world, understanding the health impacts of air pollution on vulnerable populations, and finally, also understanding why our laws and policies are not as effective as we wish they were. Suncor emits a wide range of pollutants. One of the most concerning is hydrogen cyanide. Suncor is one of the biggest sources of hydrogen cyanide in the state. It's the biggest emitter, and it emits an order more hydrogen cyanide in magnitude than any other source. In high concentrations, it can cause difficulty in breathing, all kinds of respiratory effects. It also has an impact in low concentrations. But hydrogen cyanide is just one pollutant. Suncor has also emitted things such as benzene, which we know causes cancer. We know that the cancer rates in the community around Suncor are much higher than the cancer rates of the state.
Suncor just recently filed a settlement with the EPA over a toxic release back in 2019. So there's about a 2-year, 3-year delay before the EPA is actually holding Suncor accountable. They found, as a part of a root cause analysis, that Suncor failed to provide timely notice to the community.
Self-regulation doesn't work. They have been regulating themselves with the CDPHE and EPA approval. And now, decades later, or nearly 100 years later, EPA gives them a slap in the hand. This is an entity that makes almost $40 billion a year, and they get a $300,000 fine. That's environmental injustice.
It's an extremely important policy tool for communities to be aware of the hazardous substances that they could be potentially exposed to by plants such as Suncor around them. It is really important for them to know what they're breathing, what's in the air. A, because it will allow them to sort of advocate for their own health, but B, it will allow them to plan for potential disasters. And Suncor has already experienced quite a few of those in its period of operation.